Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you're kind of breaking new ground. You're pioneering something, and you've got this clear channel to the muse. Unstoppable, you're determined, and you've got exceptional willpower, but you might have to take immediate and bold action, right? And this could be some news or information. It could feel difficult or hard. Use it or lose it. All right. Don't over stress yourself. Don't take it to the max. Take a break. And it could possibly bring you a new job. Great big light in sex, love, and romance, children and fertility, and also creative, artistic, entrepreneurial endeavors. If you are having an office romantic affair, then it can be exposed.
Lunatic Astrology.
Welcome, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising to the month of April 2026. This is your horoscope. And we're going to talk today about how the major breakthroughs may be occurring where you have clarity of decision and action power when it comes to matters of home, maybe even matters of relationship, long-term marriage type relationships, and taking action and making decisions and moving forward. Some of you may even be leaving a home or having someone leave the home that you're living in. And at the same time, we get a lot of positive energy for work and health coming through with even some health breakthrough. So let's look at this month ahead. We're going to break it down into week by week. And by the way, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori Lothian. This is Western Tropical Zodiac, not whole sign, and we use whole sign houses, but this is not sidereal. What is a whole sign house system? The only timing tool you can use for Time Lords. I'm a predictive astrologer for my clients and for you guys. In order to predict things, you need to use whole sign houses. Stop resisting. It is futile. If you want to know how to cast your chart in whole sign houses so you have accuracy for prediction and you can learn the language of astrology, please use my free online tutorial video, link in the description box below. Number 2, if you want to learn how to use astrology as a map of time, which is what it is, and you want to time your life in 2026 using the time map called astrology, I have done 2.5-hour videos for each separate sign, and you can get a global PDF guidebook with all the major themes of the year written by me. Check it out below. You can buy your single sign or buy the bundle, share with friends and family, listen to it for your sun, moon, and rising. It's my yearly fundraiser. I'm so tired of explaining it, equipment, staff, scholarship funds, and stuff like that. And it's still going on because we still have a lot of the year left. Good news is there's no more eclipses. We're out of the eclipse terrain. Those eclipses happened and they are done. The Aquarius eclipse and the Virgo eclipse are behind us and we're moving into an eclipse-free zone. Let me show you the sky in today's video. We're going to go through it week by week. And I'm going to be teaching a divine timing masterclass in the month of May for intermediate astrologers. If you want to learn how to use some very exotic timing tools, you'll need to have the basic language. Do not come in as a beginner, but you may want to enroll. Information in the description box below. If you are listening for your Sag rising, it's your character in the simulation, it's the avatar in the video game, it's the movie role in the movie that is being played on the screen, written by somebody. But if you're listening for your sun sign, it's the actor who plays a role. It's a game player who plays the video simulation character. It's the real you. And the real you becomes much more awake after your mid-40s. But you can listen for your rising and sun, and they're very accurate. And the sun can also lean you into matters of purpose and career. The moon is how you think and feel about life. Your moon sign brings you that clarity of your thinking and feeling nature, but it also represents home and domicile. And I always say, if you get an eclipse to your moon, 9 out of 10 times, it means your home is eclipsed and you will relocate, or there be major changes within the home. Let's get started. So let's talk about the first part of the day, sky. The very first thing we see on April the 1st is we see a lunation forming in the sign of Libra. And it's going to be occurring at 12 Libra on April the 1st, April Fool's Day. And it's going to be a full moon. And it's seeded from a new moon on October 21st last year. So you might have planted a seed for new friends, new social networks, new friendship groups, new sources of career success and gains financially, or reputation, or fame, or celebrity. And you might have planted some new hopes, dreams, and wishes. And now you want to see the fulfillment of those things. And so the full light is going to fulfill or harvest or ripen what you planted last year. This full moon is going to be also a beautiful flowing vibration to Pluto and Juno in the 3rd house in Aquarius. Now, it's not a tight flow, but it's a whole sign flow. So you might find yourself opening up into some opportunities connected to friendships and travel, to siblings and travel, to matters connected to dreams, goals, and wishes, and writing projects, social media, and collaborations and partnerships with other people. And so there's a vibe that kind of takes a little bit of the 11th house and flows it down to the third house in a beautiful air trine. So this is a very powerful, positive energy mostly. And I don't see any really anxious reason to worry about it. The moon is ruled by Venus, who will have slipped into, at the end of March, Taurus or home domicile, and it could possibly bring you a new job. So you could get some work or new job opportunities if you're looking for work off of this moon, or a new travel opportunity as well, connected to friends and groups of belonging. Now, on April the 1st to the 4th, Mercury is a very busy month. There's a lot of little details. So hang in there, guys. Get a pen and paper. I was just said that at the beginning, because on the 1st to the 4th of April, Mercury trines Jupiter. Mercury is good news with Jupiter, good information, positive news and developments, very good for positive, boisterous socialization. April 1st to the 4th, good energy vibes in and from your home. That's where Mercury has been since February 7th and will be until the 15th of April, because of retrogradation. And because Mercury and Jupiter are going to flow, it could also open up some financial opportunities connected to inheritances, spousal support, in-laws, and in-law money, property, land, and real estate, including inheritances. So you might be coming into it's still good news, right? There's money, there's property, there's in-law money coming. There's just something good trying to happen with land, property, and real estate. And you're probably going to feel really good about it. And it could involve also just some really good news. But sometimes with Jupiter in the 8th house, it could be like a tax rebate or insurance payouts that exceed your expectations for matters connected to a home or a property or someone you live with, or a situation in your homestead where you're living. Venus will be in a difficult wealth, power of love of power vibe on the 3rd and the 4th of April, because she will come into a square to Pluto. So Pluto would be like deep depths of power and money, and sometimes cathartic emotions. And Venus is love, but Venus is sitting in your 6th house, which can be about your pets. And I hate to say Venus square Pluto, but a pet passes away. It does happen, maybe unexpectedly. And this is one of those, the love of a pet and the loss and the emotion that goes with it. I'm not trying to make you worried, and it could be some situation connected to money that is owed, debts you owe, and which is where Venus is, and Pluto, some kind of intensity, especially if debts are owed with siblings, or siblings owe you or you owe them money or obligations or something financial. And there's an intensity here. And I think that's what I've got. It could be also involving a sibling one older, rather than just saying siblings in general, sibling one older, a sibling one younger, or siblings in general. Then if you are having an office romantic affair, then it can be exposed. It could be discovered or found out in a news cycle kind of way. So a discovery of office romances, news cycle blares it out. Okay, maybe the 3rd and 4th of the month. On the 5th and 6th, the sun will square Jupiter. Can be a golden opportunity when the two of them are squaring each other. Even in a square, there's exalted sun and exalted Jupiter. So exalted sun, 3rd week of March to 3rd week of April in your 5th house, right? Giving you a great big light in sex, love, and romance, children and fertility, and also creative, artistic, entrepreneurial endeavors, and opens up a lot of joy factor and play and fun and inspiration. Big light in a big positive direction for you here. And might find the 3rd week of March, the 3rd week of April, all you want to do is play, and have fun. But it's also illuminating your muse, your creative and artistic expression. And so the sun here is going to activate Jupiter, and you could bring you into some money. All right, could bring you into some money somehow, because Jupiter is in a chunky money house. Could be money that's connected to your children, money connected to your art and creativity, or money connected to your entrepreneurial endeavors, and more like a payout or a big check coming your way of some sort. It's kind of got opportunity written into it, but you might have to take immediate and bold action, right? And it could involve even some major decisions regarding publishing or international themes as well. And it could also involve a sibling too younger than you as well, with this kind of money opportunity type of vibe. Okay, we're moving on to the 2nd week, which is the 7th to the 14th of April. 3 things are happening. Let's start with the first. Mars will sextile Uranus, which is positive energetically. Mars is in his, I'll show you where he is, tail end of traveling through your fourth house. Mars has been invisible and he will have become visible down here in Pisces around the 17th of March. And so if you wanted to make changes in your home, to leave your home, to separate from your home, to travel far away from your home, if you wanted to have someone leave your home, if you want to do renovations in your home, okay, that's been ongoing. After March 11th, you have momentum, and you know you can make the decisions and take the actions and go for it. I'm so glad I'm renting a new place in June. I am so glad. You can't hear the sirens, but they're horrendous. And making this adjustment with greater force and clarity is what Mars is doing now that he's visible. And Mercury is no longer retrograde as of March the 20th, and he's been in your fourth house since February. So there's a lot going on. You might be making some major contractual agreements and decisions regarding property, deal making, selling, moving, all of that. The point of all of that stuff was it sextiles Uranus, Mars, sextiles Uranus for a surprise. You may not be expecting something, unexpected opportunity to pay down a debt connected to property, to refinance it, to lower your debt. An unexpected opportunity to rent a property because that's where Uranus is sitting, or to rent your own property out to somebody. Unexpected opportunity for a pet in the home. An unexpected opportunity to work from home. These are all possibilities at this time. What is this time again? It's going to be around the 14th, 13th and 14th of the month of April. Because then Mars is going to also be, sorry, I apologize. It's been a long day. It's going to be the 7th to the 9th of April, 7th to the 9th of April, where this momentum and surprise is building up. Now, on the 12th to the 13th of April, Venus will sextile Jupiter. So Venus will be moving into the deeper parts of Taurus. Don't forget, I did introduce her there. She'll be in her home kingdom. Good for your health. I hope I did. Good for rentals and good for pets and good for debt elimination. Venus is in your Taurus placement, her home kingdom, doing her best for you. March 31st to April 23rd. She's going to sextile Jupiter, which is two benefic planets loving each other up. Oh, yes, she is on the 12th to the 13th. All right, I'm kind of punch drunk from too many videos in a row. You guys are my fifth video. So sorry about that. Sagittarius. Venus sextiles Jupiter. You'll feel it on the 11th through to the 14th. What could it mean? What could it be? What could it be for? It could be a very unexpected. So you have unexpected chunks of money coming to you. Okay, end of story. Jupiter up there is direct. He's visible. He's strong. He's there till the June 30th timeframe, and he's telling you, and he's exalted, and he's talking to Venus in dignity, and he says, and Taurus, Uranus says, surprises unexpectedly. You're going to come into some kind of financial positivity with the Vestal flame of devotion in the North Node forming a mini trine. It can look like an opportunity regarding a home fire, a destined change of home, a contract for an agreement to move to a home, to rent a home, to rent your property out, to finance a home, to buy a home, to reduce a debt, to redo a mortgage, to refinance a home, whatever, to get money and home and property from an in-law coming your way. And it can also involve some positive developments around pets, but mostly it seems very more financial in the sky, for sure. And we still have Mercury making deals, negotiations, and transactions regarding real estate, property, and home in your fourth house. We also have Mercury here doing a lot of communicating, and he could be communicating, because you're working from home and you're going to communicate a sign-on bonus or severance package with your work or company. Those things could happen because Venus is a ruler of the gains of your career. So there could be some real up levels in your job, your career, your performance, especially if you work from home. All right. And then we go into the next tail, and the next tail is going to be Mars clearing the fog of delusion as he bumps into Neptune in the heavens around the 12th to the 13th. Now, Mars and Neptune together, you see them there on the 12th and the 13th. It's like where you've been all confused, deluded, and really in some kind of fantasy world and not thinking realistically. Mars is definitely slicing through like a defogger on your windshield, like a de-icer on the wings of an airplane or something. And he's going, look, guys, this is what we're doing. I'm going to shear away the confusion. Sometimes when these two are together, but he's in dignity, it can be troublesome, but he is in good shape here and he could shear away the glamour of war, but he's in your 5th house and he's shearing away illusions regarding love, romance, and sexuality or your relationship to your children. And sometimes this could even be like when Mars is in Aries, where he's going to be for a long time between April the 15th to April the 9th to May the 19th, April the 9th to May the 19th. If you have any children, they could be moving away from you or out of the home or cutting away or separating more from you, especially if they live at home. But anyway, otherwise, it looks to me very exciting for passion and romance and clearing the fog of illusion and delusion to bring you a realistic soulmate, stable, long-term love, to heal a chironic wound around sexuality and love that's been bothering you since 2019, or fertility and pregnancy. So all of this kind of clearing fogs of confusion or uncertainty, or with Saturn, anxiety and fear regarding the themes I've just mentioned to you now. The next thing to talk about is the week of the 14th to 21st. It's so busy that my head is spinning when I do this section. So please hang in there with me. I'll try not to sound like an auctioneer, but I don't want each video to be 45 minutes because that's unrealistic on my talking throat. And I tend to try to keep it to 30, but lately I haven't been unable to do so. So we have a moon coming up that week, the 14th to 21st in Aries, and we have a lot of other stories. Mercury brings a surprising bit of news on the 14th of the month as he finishes up in your 4th house. Surprise! You got the contract, you got the rental, you got the agreement, you've got the pet, you've got the debt elimination agreement, you got the refi, you got the bankruptcy filing. It all worked out for you. So good clearing for debts. Pets and rentals are all very active. There's a positive surprise energy. Could even be a surprising deal regarding property and real estate and money as well. And it's like kind of like feels good. It feels like, yeah, I love this feeling on this time frame of the 13th, 14th of the month, 15th of the month. Then we're going to talk about Mars sextiling Pluto. Mars is trying to always make a change in something. He's a god of decisions and actions, and Pluto is wealth in your 3rd house. Money connected to siblings, money connected to uncles and cousins and neighbors, money connected to travel, and wealth connected to travel. Excavation of sibling secrets. Business partnerships and deals connected to commercial enterprise, marketing and selling, teaching, online social media. All of that is there. And it connects you somehow to Mars, who wants to take action. This could be a beautiful story if you want to start an entrepreneurial business. This could be a beautiful story with a partner. This is a beautiful story if you want to get your creative artistic projects into the social media sphere and find yourself in collaboration with others, and particularly taking this with passion and drive and ambition and making it happen. All right. So that's the vibe of Mars. That's the vibe of Pluto. You're unstoppable. You're determined, and you've got exceptional willpower, artistically and creatively connected to marketing, selling, teaching, and learning, or you're on some kind of transformational romantic path with somebody you're involved in this deep dive and cathartic renewal in love and romance, also connected to travel. And that's really happening here, right? Around the April the 14th or so, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Then on the 17th, a new moon at 27 Aries, a new beginning in romance, fertility, children, parenting, fresh starts, and new beginnings. And this new moon will be at 27 degrees of Aries. And so a new moon, a new fresh start. I want to let you know that back in April of 2023 at 29 Aries, so pretty close. There was an eclipse. It's close enough to count. So it may take you back to April of 2023, and then you want to add a few months after to see what new beginnings that were fated and destined may have showed up in sex, romance, love, children, creativity, art, entrepreneurship. Okay, this is a new resetting at the same degrees. Chiron helping heal a chironic wound around love, romance, and your relationship to your children or fertility and pregnancy. New beginnings are happening here. And at the very same time that this new moon is occurring, Mercury is conjunct Neptune. We already had Mars clear the fog. Mercury is like, with Neptune on the 16th, 17th, Mercury is like dreamy, man. He's like, your muse is shouting at you, and you're being inventive, pioneering, and fiercely, boldly creative in your art, in your performance expression, in your acting, especially if you do Hollywood type stuff. You're kind of breaking new ground, you're pioneering something, and you've got this clear channel to the muse. Use it or lose it. It's great for the artist, creative types in you. Also really good for empowered conversations with a significant love partner that are coming through a kind of clearing of fantasy or confusion in your love relationship to someone, especially if you're committed to them, because Mercury rules not just sex and romance, but he also represents your, long-term marriage house. I mean, sometimes it's very subtle, guys. It's only a couple days, right? But you could have an intimate conversation bearing your soul to a significant other around sexual fantasies, for example, right? Because that would be Neptune. On the 18th and 19th of the month, around that time, Mercury and Pluto are flowing together. Mercury is telling Pluto that we want to uncover the secrets of the universe, and we want to know what's unknowable that's hidden in the depths of reality. So there is that. And Mercury is going to be, again, he's in the muse house, guys. Love, romance, children, and the muse, and your creative artistic stuff. And so Mercury is like pioneering, and he's following Mars's tail, and you're going new places when you're determined. And then there's like this Plutonian quality, secrets in the sibling realm, inspire your muse, travel and social opportunities connected to love and romance that are transformative and cathartic getaways and romantic trips that take you to a whole new level of intimacy. And maybe even something to do with Mercury here. He's like, he could be the ticket, like play a lottery ticket. This is the house of good fortune and winning money. And if you always had a fantasy to win a lottery ticket, well, it may not be the worst thing. Jupiter in the house of chunky money could open up a door there. And we do have the Pluto. I would buy a ticket in the local zone in your local neighborhood. You never know. You never know, because wealth and Mercury could be a wealth thing as well, connected to speculation or gambling or casinos or gaming in the local hood and winning money, basically. All right. What was the date? Everyone's saying, when was that? When was that? The 18th and 19th of April. On the 17th, the 20th, overlapping the 18th, 19th, on the 17th, the 20th, Mars hits a wall. You've been unstoppable, determined, passionate in romance and sex. You've been like hitting your stride. You're all juiced up. And then all of a sudden there's like, wait a minute, there's a C block there. Now that's going to be Saturn. Like Saturn's like, okay, guys, I'm like, let's cool our jets. Let's be a little more cautious. Let's put up a wall for a minute and figure this out. And so parking brake, well, the gas pedal to the metal, it doesn't go together. Mars is in dignity. He wants to go fast. He wants to go pioneering. He's full of heat here. And he hits Saturn. Saturn's not good. Saturn's in a condition of fall. So a fallen Saturn is trying to block an ambitious Mars in your fifth house of sex, love, and romance. Now, it's also a house that has many meanings. It can be about entrepreneurial endeavors in your projects and art, and just hitting a kind of flat out wall, like you need to take a rest or something. You know what I mean? And so give yourself that rest if you need it, the 17th to the 20th. All right. Don't over stress yourself. Don't take it to the max. Take a break. Let it go. Relax a bit. Take a chill pill. You could be making some major life decisions at this point connected to sex, love, romance, parenting, children, and pregnancy. And Saturn is the realist. And Mars is like, let's just move, go fast, decide, let's take action. Be careful as well if you're taking any decisions and making any actions here regarding love, romance, and children. Take your time, be patient, even with the slowdown and the pause button that Saturn's trying to put in place. Saturn's restless and he's not in his best shape to slow down Mars. So let yourself get your bearings before making major decisions in the areas of life I've just described. This kind of not confusion, this slowdown might be necessary. Okay, so take a chill pill. Saturn is the ruler of your money house. And so maybe it's expenditures or travel opportunities, your third house, and with a love, romantic partner connected to children, fertility. And, you're like going for it. You're going to like go max. And all of a sudden you're realizing that, you have to slow down around those money decisions or those travel plans and take a break to think about it. Anyway, after the 20th, you're going to clear that hurdle. On the 18th to the 21st, Mercury will co-join Mars. This could be some news or information. It could feel difficult or hard. Okay? So it can connect to romantic love and conversations. It can connect to your children. It can connect to issues around pregnancy. So there could be some information or some issues. You do have a lot of good things happening in this chart, so I'm not that worried about it because most planets are dignified and we can trust the dignity of a planet. But Mercury could be a hard conversation with a child or a love partner or romantic partner. And that will be short-lived, right? The 18th to the 21st. Keep your eye on that ball. It will pass. It will pass. And as Mercury hits the Mars storyline, and I said hard conversations or difficult or aggressive conversations or something like that, it's only for a couple of days, right? The 19th to the 21st is generally where I'm cautioning you to pay attention. Yeah. There it is right here on the 20th. Yeah, and Mercury rules your long-term marriage house. So, and difficult conversations with long-term love partners may emerge when it comes, or legal contracts and agreements may emerge when it could connect to sibling, one younger, two younger, it could, or three younger. It could connect to issues to do with your long-term love partner and things to do with sex, love, and romance, children. So there's this difficult conversation vibe here. Then we have the last week of the month, and I think I'm going to finish before 45 minutes. Someone pray for me because I've got a client in 10. I don't see many anymore. Don't ask me for reading. I'm not doing them anymore. It could be this unexpected, last in a lifetime surprise in Taurus connected to pets. Venus is bringing it. Pets, rental properties. The sun is illuminating the space, work opportunities, employer opportunities, debt elimination opportunities, opportunities regarding good news about your health, good developments here. Surprise. You've been having surprises in the 6th house with Venus, Uranus since 2019, and this is a last in a lifetime. And with the sun illuminating it, it's definitely something to pay attention to, but it feels like good news, good surprises. Again, I already gave you the 6th house: rentals, pets, tenancies, debt elimination, employment, employer storylines, workspace stuff. Okay. On the 24th to the 26th, Sun squares Pluto. And also just after that, Mercury squares Jupiter. Sun square Pluto could be a power struggle between an authority in the workplace and somebody in the local environment, between a travel plan and a work commitment, struggle between a situation involving your siblings and money that's owed to each other, debts and money owed to each other. A deep friction is forming between the sun. Sun is a ruler of the 9th house of justice. So legal and court matters involving siblings and tension connected to a pet. And unfortunately, it doesn't always look good when this kind of thing happens. Pluto square sun can be the death of a pet, maybe because of it, something going on in the local environment here in the neighborhood, so to speak. And the 26th to the 27th, Mercury squares Jupiter. Well, it's definitely good because Mercury and Jupiter in a square still have something good to bring, but it is a tension going on. So I want you to be aware of that. This is going to happen around the 26th, 27th. And it kind of looks to me like you might have a bit of difficult financial news connected to children or romance or art and creative projects. Connected to money you share with your partner or money connected to the in-laws. You notice that Venus will have moved into your 7th house, and this is going to bring a whole new energy to long-term committed love. It's going to make it different than you've ever seen before. If you're married, it's going to shake up your relationship, not in a bad way necessarily. Brings more innovation, brings more electricity, brings more freedom and interdependence into the relationship on the 26th of April. But then Uranus will be here for 7 years. Venus is joining in the fray, and there's going to be some really big surprises coming from a significant other or a sibling, 3 older or 3 younger. That's what this can be. And these are unexpected surprises of some sort. So keep that in mind. You're going to feel that energy on the 26th, 27th, 28th of April. But at the same time, Venus is going to sextile Neptune while she also trines Pluto. So Venus will flow to Pluto, which is a beautiful wealth energy for one thing, and gorgeous energies regarding committed love, travel, long-term committed business and love partnerships, and social media collaborations, positive energy between your siblings, 3 older, 3 younger, and all of your siblings and you. But look at this little triangle that forms here, and that's making a mini grand trine to Neptune, Saturn, especially Neptune. So I would say that something beautiful is rounding up the end of the month from about the 26th, right, onwards to the end of the month. Looks like a positive outcome regarding fertility, pregnancy, children, with unexpected positive surprises regarding love and romance, and maybe a new electric charge to have a new kind of commitment in love, for example, right? Like we're committing to be together, although we're going to live in different countries, or we're going to go polyamorous in our romantic passions, or something weird like that. It just has that, but it does bring good things to the tip of the triangle, which is love, romance, and children, fertility, pregnancy, art, and creativity. Maybe a breakthrough in your audience and market, where suddenly you have a viral hit in the audience marketplace connected to your social media landscape from your art, creativity, and entrepreneurship. And if you're an actor, performer, musician, or artist or creative, it's a major breakthrough and a catharsis and a transformation of your success in those fields of endeavor. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check me out on Substack, where I write worldly astrology stories every week, unplugged. I can say what I think without being demonetized. I can use the words you can never use on YouTube. I can actually talk freely because I'm writing. And you might want to join me on my Patreon community. I do 4 Zoom calls a month, tier dependent. Join me on classes and conversations back on the back end. You get to know me a bit better than you do here. And it's quite affordable. And you can always quit. And you can also join me on my join button for $3, $3.50 or something US, to join my membership community here, where I put out all kinds of content that's pretty unplugged, but also teaching content and other stuff that it doesn't exist anywhere else. And you also get my free courses on Chiron, the key to purpose, and Chiron for life cycles. When you join my members community, I taught those, so you get to watch them. And you also can check out my, that's it. That's everywhere I am. Come join me in the Divine Timing Masterclass in May. Information about that course for intermediate astrologers will be in the description box below. I'll see you guys soon. Take very good care. Lunatic astrology.